Did I tell you our lockdown was extended for another 2 weeks? I can't remember. Anyway, so after that lockdown, we are now in the first week where our lockdown is somehow lifted, but it's still there. Our region is in what we call a general quarantine, and the main part of the capital, the main region, is still in a lockdown. So the people in our region, even though we have somehow somewhat lifted our quarantine, we cannot cross to the main capital region because they are still in, let's just call it a hard lockdown. There are many types of lockdown in the Philippines. We call it so many names. It depends on the level of quarantine thingies. So I don't know how to call it here, but let's just call it hard lockdown, medium lockdown, and soft lockdown. So we are in a soft lockdown, which we can also call an easy quarantine, but it will only last for 2 weeks. At the end of May, the government will announce if we are going back to the hard quarantine, or will it turn into a medium quarantine, or we stay in the easy quarantine part. It will be announced every 2 weeks until we have the vaccine, I guess. So this will be for the entire year. Anyway, so I am here to talk about the audiobook series I have listened since October last year. So the first book is called The Kiss of Deception, or A Kiss of Deception, by Mary E. Pearson. I guess, yeah, it's just Pearson that I remember. I think it's Mary E. Pearson. I hope it is. So anyway, the story is about three characters. We have Princess Leia, and then we have Rafe, and we have Caden. So the story is like, for the first book, you will guess who is the prince and who is the assassin sent to kill Princess Leia. So why do they need to have Princess Leia assassinated? Essentially, she was a runaway bride. She was supposed to marry a prince as part of Two Kingdoms deal. And what she did was, on the wedding day, she left. And the prince was there, left hanging on the front of the altar, waiting for her. And what the prince did was, he followed her to wherever she went. He tracked her, and of course, he found her. However, another kingdom sent an assassin to kill Princess Leia, and now these two guys, it's between Caden and Rafe. We have to guess who the prince is and who the assassin is. So that's how the first audiobook went about. The easy thing about the audiobook is it starts with saying the name of the character, especially for the boys. So if it's Caden's chapter, it just says Caden, and then he reads his script. And if it's Rafe's chapter, you listen to Rafe, and then like that. So it was easy. But when I was at the part where they revealed who they were, I had to go back to a couple of chapters because I want to listen from their introduction, where they were still hiding their identities to Princess Leia. And it was, oh my god. So the part where they revealed themselves made me decide that yes, I will listen to the next book. And that's what happened, and I will tell you more about it on the next video. But I highly, highly recommend you listen to the audiobook. I am more of an audiobook listener if it's about fantasy, sci-fi, and all this fictional fantasy world, fantastical words, because I cannot I can't remember things if I'm reading it. I can only read physically contemporary books for some reason. But if it's a fantasy one, I have to listen. So anyway, why am I always rambling? So that's it. It's a good book. It is very fun to listen. It's a, for me, generously fast-paced book. So there's no lull moments, and it's intriguing. Of course, you're waiting for hints of who the prince is. Personally, I did not guess who they were. I didn't attempt to guess, actually. I want to just, have it blown in front of my face when it comes, and it's fun. So yeah, it depends on how you read it. If you want to guess from the beginning who that is, but oh my god, yes! I know I am very, 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 very late in this Kiss of Deception party. I know it was ages ago when it was released and the hype was everywhere. But this is just the time for me to listen to it. We have our own paces to run through our to be read pile, and this is it for me for that series. So yeah, listen to it. I get why there's that hype now before it's good. I'm going to buy the physical copy because the cover is beautiful, and I just love buying physical copies of audiobooks I listen that I loved. For the books that are, well, they're good, I just let them be in my audiobook app, in my Audible app. But for these special ones, which will be difficult for me because what I experienced from all my audiobooks, since I've been listening to audiobooks that were published ages ago, I can't find the books. If it's printed for like 2015 edition, I can't find them. It's like I have to go to multiple bookstores to somehow find copies of them. I have a couple of books that are still missing different books in that series. It's hard, but when I see it, it's going with me. Anyway, so I'll see you on book 2. I forgot what the book 2's title is, but I'll see you there. Bye!